Imagine there's a $50 billion roadblock sitting right between us and the cures for our worst diseases. It's a problem that's been holding medicine back for decades. But today, we're going to talk about how a new kind of AI is finally starting to smash right through it. So what is this huge roadblock to developing new life-saving medicines? It's not what you might think. It's not a lack of funding or a shortage of brilliant scientists. Nope, it's something way more fundamental, something that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time. It's a problem that quietly drains $50 billion from the healthcare industry. That's billion with a B, every single year. That's just a staggering amount of money, and it represents a huge amount of wasted time and, well, wasted potential. Okay, so let's dive in and break down this billion-dollar bottleneck. What exactly is it, and why has it been such a tough nut to crack for so long? The whole problem boils down to something called clinical cohort assembly. Now that sounds super technical, right? But it's really just about one thing: finding the perfect group of patients to test a new drug. And think about it like this. It's not just like finding a needle in a haystack. It's more like trying to find one very specific, unique needle in a national library full of haystacks. And here's the part that's just wild. In our super high-tech age, somewhere between 70 and 90% of this critical search is still done by hand. Seriously. That means highly trained experts are spending thousands upon thousands of hours just manually slogging through patient charts one by one. And what makes that manual search even tougher? The data itself is a total mess. Patient info isn't in one neat little digital library. No, it's scattered across more than 200 different, completely disconnected electronic health record systems. I mean, imagine trying to build a huge jigsaw puzzle, but the pieces are stored in hundreds of different boxes with no labels. It's absolute chaos. So, as you can imagine, this whole system isn't just a headache. It has some pretty devastating consequences. There's a really, really high cost to all of this waiting around. The result is nothing short of a crisis. Get this, a shocking 60% of all clinical studies fail. Not because the science was bad, but simply because they can't find enough of the right patients in time. Just let that sink in. More than half of these critical, potentially life-saving projects, they just fizzle out because of a logistics problem. It's crazy. And the fallout from that is just brutal. We're talking an extra 6 to 18 months of delays for every single study. An additional $5 to $15 million is spent just trying to find people. And even then, a huge chunk of the data they get is messy and has to be cleaned all over again. It all adds up to tens of billions wasted on duplicated efforts year after year after year. But this is where the story starts to take a really interesting turn. Because into this mess of manual labor and fragmented data, a new solution is stepping up. Let's call it the AI data detective. So how does this AI detective actually work? Well, the approach is surprisingly simple. First, it connects to all of those hundreds of scattered, messy data systems. Second, it uses AI to read everything, not just the neat columns in a spreadsheet, but the unstructured doctor's notes too. And third, it finds the exact patients needed in just a matter of weeks, not years. The secret sauce here is a technology called natural language processing, or NLP. This is what lets the AI actually understand the complex, nuanced way that doctors write and talk. It's not just matching keywords, it's understanding context, which, believe me, is a massive leap forward. And the result is this incredible contrast. It's really a tale of two timelines. The old way, you're waiting for months, sometimes even years. The new AI way, the entire group of patients is found and ready in just 2 to 6 weeks. The difference is just night and day. Okay, so it's ridiculously fast, we get it. But what does that speed actually mean for the business of medicine? Well, as it turns out, it completely flips the economics of research on its head. Let's start with the cost. This AI approach cuts the cost of that manual chart review, the most expensive part of the whole thing, by 80 to 95%. That's millions and millions of dollars saved on every single study. And the speed, the whole process of finding these perfect patient groups is now 10 times faster, 10x. And that doesn't just save money, it fundamentally changes the pace at which science itself can move forward. And hey, remember that staggering failure rate we talked about earlier? Well, this AI system boosts the success rate of meeting those enrollment targets by up to 70%. So studies that were pretty much doomed to fail before can now actually succeed, getting us that much closer to new treatments. So here's where it all comes together. We see these huge improvements in study success rates. We're talking about potentially shaving years off the drug development timeline. Coordinating big studies across multiple hospitals becomes 10 times more efficient, and those costly failures, they get cut by 60%. This isn't just a small step up, it's a total transformation. So let's zoom out, beyond the numbers, beyond the tech. What does this all really mean for us? For you and me? Well, it's about accelerating tomorrow's cures. You know, one insight from the analysis puts it perfectly. This isn't just another software tool. It is the essential infrastructure that's needed to transform clinical research. It's the foundation for a whole new AI-driven system that can fast-track precision medicine for all of us. And this whole innovation couldn't be happening at a better time. We're really at a perfect convergence point. You've got the huge digital transformation in healthcare, you've got strong support from regulators, the data itself is more available than ever, and the industry is under intense pressure to cut costs. All these forces are coming together and pushing this technology forward. So what does all this lead to? All this technology, all this data, all this new efficiency? It all points to one incredibly important outcome: getting personalized, life-saving cures to the patients who need them faster than we ever thought possible. And that really leaves us with a powerful final thought to chew on. The data, the clues to cure our worst diseases, it may already be out there, just hidden away in millions and millions of patient records. The big question is, are we finally building the tools that can actually read it?